Welcome back to GearWire.com. This is part 2 of our look at the Akai Head Rush E2. Now, I mentioned in the last video that this particular pedal, possibly what makes it the most unique in the world of delay and echo looping pedals, is the fact that it has 5 separate outputs. And there's even a schematic in the handbook, the manual, that shows this pedal running to 5 separate amps. So I decided to hear what that would sound like. I've hooked up 5 amps to the 5 outputs on this pedal. We've got our Laney VC30, there's our Vox AC15, we've got a Bogner Alchemist 212, awesome, our Fender Deluxe Python, and a little 59 Bassman reissue over there. Why am I talking? Let's play. So now the only way that this 5 output setup works is when it's in the tape echo mode. As you can see, our sort of dry signal, or our main signal, is going out. The first output here, that's going to the Laney. Head 1 is going to the AC15. Head 2 is going to the Bogner here. Head 3 is going to the Fender Deluxe, and Head 4 is going to the Fender Bassman. We do have sort of a hodgepodge of mics going on here. Anyway, let's just first hear our dry signal. When the pedal is off, you only get output out of the first output. So you should only be hearing the Laney right now. And only in one side of the mix. I've sort of panned these guys, progressively from right to left, or left to right, depending on how you've got your speakers set up. Now, you can see we've got our tap tempo going here. In this mode, all the sort of like teal green control labels apply. So we've got still our high frequency dampening. We've got our feedback. Those two are just the same as in normal delay mode. Time course is now just a time control. And now on the bottom here we add these 2 tape effects. You can see we can still use tap tempo here, this tap tempo button, to input our tempo. We can also use the time button now to change the tempo. Let's put it right in the middle here, and let's turn our effect on. Now we've got a little bit of the high dampening going on. We've definitely got some feedback going on. If we turn feedback off, we just get, I guess, 1 iteration per amp. And that's it, okay? So some pretty cool stuff going on. Now, if you want to calibrate all your amps to be the same level, you want to turn all your dials to the left. You want to have your high frequency decay all the way to the left so that basically you're getting the same exact copy of your signal going to every single amp. You want to have feedback all the way to the left so you're not getting any trails. If you do have feedback, you get... You can hear we've still got repeats kind of going in all of the amps even after the initial repeat hits each amp. All right, let's bring that back. You also want to have ratio all the way to the left. Now ratio, I don't know if you can see the graphic here, but basically it cuts down the relative volume of each successive output. When it's all the way to the left, every output is, at least the output anyway, is at the same volume. Obviously, you know, these amps have slight differences in their volume. There's different mics. But we can kind of bring ratio clockwise here a little bit. And you can hear a little bit now the volume's kind of dropping off at every amp. That's at its most extreme right there. Okay, now let's just bring it back all the way to the left. Then we've got something here called head gap, okay, which moves the relative position of the third and fourth head outputs. Now, right now, everything is at a sort of, relatively equidistant if we're thinking in terms of virtual tape heads, right? So if we, there's the same sort of like time output, between each successive repeat. Now, if we put this in the middle here, we've got a little kind of wacky pattern going on. Now, actually, what it sounds like is going on is we've got, so it's not only is there more of a gap between 2 and 3, but 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are also relatively closer together. So if we imagine, okay, ready? If we imagine our 4 tape heads like this, equidistant like this, the more clockwise we get with head gap, the more they go like this. So anyway. Now, when we've got our effect bypassed here, let's just bring these all even again. If we've got our effect bypassed, remember we only have output out of the first output here, okay? So how do we play through all 5 amps at once is the obvious question. We turn the effect on and turn the time dial all the way to the left. Yes. Now there's like a microscopic delay going on, but it really doesn't matter. It's, for all intents and purposes, we're playing through 5 amps simultaneously. And what better time than now than to throw on the radial tone bone. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So that's the tape echo mode using the Akai Head Rush E2. You've been watching GearWire.com. Thank you very much.